Hey, what's going on, you guys? It's your boy RCMrtnz and welcome to another episode here on my channel. It's been long overdue. I've been MIA. I do apologize. And why has it been so long? Well, the honest truth is just I've been lazy. No excuses. I mean, what else can I say? I'm actually in Mumbai. I know that in one of my videos I mentioned that I was going to be going to India for work, and that time has come. I've actually been here for about a week. I have 2 more weeks to go. So I'm just here to give you guys an update as to how my first week in India has been. If you guys want to know any specific questions, you can let me know in the comments below. So without further ado, let's get on with this video. Okay, so let me just start off by, I've come to realize that if I'm traveling by myself, I have a bad habit of not vlogging as much as I could. I feel like I'm still kind of embarrassed to take out the camera and talk in front of everybody that's around to my camera, pretty much share my experiences. So what I end up doing is just recording where I'm at, certain views that I'm seeing, but I'm hoping that this is something that I can change throughout the next 2 weeks that I'm here. So the first thing that I really want to talk about is my actual initial days of flying, how that experience was, how long was the flight, etc, etc, and etc. So this is going to be pretty much a story time of when I flew out to India. It's about to get a little bit interesting and honest. All right, my flight to India was a total of about 18 hours from Toronto to India. I did a connecting flight to London. My flight was actually at midnight. Pretty much all day Saturday I finished packing all my things that I needed. Had to be at the airport around 9:30, 10. Right off the bat, if you guys can see, I don't have my Fitbit on. I ended up buying a Fitbit about a year ago, and I actually had it on when I went to the Toronto airport. I noticed once I was seated and had my seatbelt on my Toronto flight that my Fitbit was gone. To this day, I don't remember it falling, obviously. I don't know if somebody took it, you know, maybe they bumped into me. I was hoping to be able to track the amount of walking that I do here in India, and I lost my Fitbit. So if you're watching and you possibly stole or found my Fitbit, Merry Christmas, happy birthday. So moving on to the first flight from Toronto to London, it was supposed to be approximately 7 hours. I was unfortunate enough to be sitting next to maybe a 3 or 4-year-old. Pretty cool. I had the window seat. The flight took off and we were on our way to India. Throughout the flight, the girl started falling asleep, but when she was trying to fall asleep, she was trying to lie down, but unfortunately there's not enough space for that. So every time that she would wake up, she would try to stretch, start crying, hit me, or in other words, there was a point where she had her feet on my legs. The mom every time would try to reposition her and stuff. 2 hours before the flight was done, like, she actually positioned her differently. What am I trying to say with this portion of the story? Well, that I didn't really sleep. I was hoping to be able to rest before actually getting to my second flight. Moving on, we get to London. London airport was pretty nice. You know what, guys? One thing that I'm gonna have to complain about Air Canada is that they're not as pleasant or friendly as the one in India, but we'll talk about the Air India flight. For it being a 7-hour flight, they did not offer any food. They only came around once for drinks. I wasn't too pleased with the service at Air Canada. Okay, moving on to London. So when I get to London, I go to my gate and I realize that we are 2 hours delayed. So we were supposed to be getting out about 1 o'clock London time, and it had moved to 3 o'clock in the afternoon, or a little bit over 3 p.m, which sucks because the initial arrival time here in India was supposed to be 2:45 in the morning on Monday. Remember, let's backtrack. I ended up leaving Sunday at midnight. So with it being 2 hours delayed, you know what, you can't really do anything but just wait. So I was listening to music, playing a few games. Now here are my pros and my cons about this Air India flight. The actual plane is very old school. It seems like they haven't upgraded anything. Everything was kind of dirty, to be quite honest. The actual table that goes down had coffee stains. The actual seat was very uncomfortable. I had to ask for a pillow, not for my head, but for my bum bum. So that was one of the things that wasn't the greatest, because the flight from London to India is over 8 hours. So it's even longer than the one from Air Canada. At the end of my flight, my back, my ass was just hurting. In terms of the screen with all the different movies, it's very outdated if you're gonna compare it to Air Canada. One of the movies that they had most recent or latest movies was Justice League, which I think came out like last year. But on the other side of things, Air India, I had no complaints with the service on the people that actually worked there. They were very attentive to you. If I asked them a question, they would bring it, aka the pillow. They actually served you 2 meals, Indian meals, which were actually pretty good. The first time that they came around for drinks, I asked for a ginger ale. They actually gave me the full can. And then the guy asked me, do you want any liquor to go with the ginger ale? And I'm like, honestly, could I have a beer? So he gave me 2 cans of beer. And then they come towards the end for a second time if you want more drinks. In between each meal, they come around if you want more water, tea, or coffee. Great service. Again, because of the uncomfortableness, I didn't really sleep. One thing I forgot to mention is I got a middle seat on my Air India flight in between 2 guys, pretty big guys actually. So I was sitting like this for majority of my flight, and it was very, very uncomfortable. So we land in India at around 4:30 in the morning. Customs, disaster. There were so many people that are traveling, I guess, at that time. It was crazy. I didn't get to the hotel until about 6-ish in the morning. Here's the best thing of this whole trip. Well, not for me, but I guess for YouTube. Obviously, I'm here for work. My work thought that I'm best qualified to come and train, so they should be paying for pretty much my flight, my accommodation, X, Y, and Z. Right? From my understanding, I was supposed to come in, get my card, and that's it. When I get to the front desk, they say, welcome. And pretty much, how am I going to be paying for my stay? So I said my company's name. They replied back, we don't have anything on file. So I mean, I already knew that I needed to bring a credit card because in terms of food, I'm supposed to use my credit card and then my company's going to reimburse me. I don't know if that's how it is in many companies, but I know that's how it works and I'm okay with it. Moving on. You know, I was kind of blown away because I didn't have the information, so I gave him my credit card. When they showed me how many rupees it was going to be to stay there, I was like, okay. And what happens? My card gets declined. They didn't say they were gonna charge me, but they were gonna put that on hold. But again, it got declined. I took out my second credit card, which is less than my first one, so it was gonna decline anyways. Declined. So I actually told the guy, you know what? I only have this much on this one, this much on this one. He said, okay, so don't worry, I'll just do $3,000. So imagine how much it was originally. So they put that hold on. I was shitting bricks because that was the money that I was gonna use for food. I get to the place. The place is really nice. I'll show you guys a tour. Okay, so when you open the door, here's your view. There's a closet here. Here's your washroom. Let me turn on the light. You get shower, tub, and then it's not that messy, but still a king size bed with a little seat there. Here's where I'm recording my video, which is a little desk area, TV, a kettle with the bar here. I've already had Kingfisher beer, great. Have my chips there, my hats, and here is a mirror. Let me show you guys. Look, I get even fruit. And then this is the view from my room. Okay, so we get here. You're so tired that you're not tired, that you don't want to sleep. But my first objective was to email my company and say, yo, this is what's going on. I need this fixed, resolved ASAP. It was resolved the next day. Now, this video is already crazy long. I'm gonna just skim through the rest of the first week. Hotel living is amazing. Obviously, they take care of you. They come and clean your room twice a day. I'm not really paying for the food, paying it now, but I'm gonna get reimbursed. AC, there's a pool outside. There's a gym downstairs. I can't complain. Where do I work? I actually work on the opposite side, the first building next to this one. It's not even a 5-minute walk. I start at 12:30, which is sucky, but hey, I've been waking up around 11:30 just to take a shower, have a coffee, and walk to work. I'm there until 9:30 at night, so there's not really much I can do. When I come back, it's dark. You know, I'm by myself here. Even though the first week was just, you know, you're getting to know your employees here, so I don't want to just, you know, full out ask them to take me out and stuff. So the first few days, it's just hotel, office, hotel, have dinner, and that's pretty much it. That's been my first week here in India. I have no complaints whatsoever. The people are great. The culture here is amazing. I'm hoping that I can explore India more. I do have plans for the following weekend. So this was the end of this video. If you guys enjoyed it, don't forget to hit that like button. In terms of flights, what's been the worst experience, best experience you've experienced? Let me know in the comments below. Have you guys been to India? If so, where do you recommend me going? I'm here for 2 more weeks. Let me know in the comments below. This is your boy RC Martinez. Se me cuidan, be good, and I'll see you guys next week for another update on my trip here in India. This is your boy RC Martinez. Se me cuidan, be good. Peace. What's going on, you guys? It's your boy RC Martinez.